Hello, everyone. This is my persuasive speech. I know it says this pick a hobby, and I chose to do why adopting dogs is better than buying from breeders. In a sense, you can say this is a hobby because I've trained my dog. Um, Anyways, his name is Alex. He's a pit bull Weimaraner, and then I have another dog who is a lab. So I have the speech pulled up on my laptop so I can remember sightings and other points that I've tried to make. Introduction. Imagine walking through an animal shelter and seeing rows of dogs watching each person who passes by. Some bark for attention, some sit quietly, others press against the front of their kennels hoping that someone will stop and notice them. Every one of those dogs has a different story, but they all want the same thing, a safe and loving home. As a dog owner and someone who genuinely loves dogs, I understand that bringing a dog into your home is a major responsibility, which at the time I was 22 when I got my dog, and I was young and dumb. A dog is not a temporary purchase or an accessory. It is a living animal that may become part of your family for the next 10 or 15 years. Today, I want to persuade anyone who is thinking about getting a dog to visit an animal shelter and consider adoption before purchasing from a breeder or pet store. So here's my first main point. The first reason to adopt is simple. Adoption saves lives. According to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, or ASPCA, approximately 2 million dogs were adopted from shelters in the United States during 2024. However, approximately 334,000 dogs were still euthanized during that same year. Those numbers show that progress is being made, but they also show that many dogs are still not making it out of the shelters. When someone adopts a dog, they are not only helping that one animal, their decision also creates an open space in the shelter. That space can then be used for another lost, abandoned, surrendered, or rescued dog. People sometimes believe that only unhealthy, aggressive, or unwanted dogs end up in shelters. That is not true. Dogs enter shelters for many reasons that have nothing to do with their behavior. An owner may love or may move somewhere that does not allow pets. A family may experience financial problems. An owner may develop a medical condition or pass away. Some dogs simply become lost and are never reunited with their original families. A shelter dog should not be judged by the fact that it is in a shelter. Many of these dogs were once family pets and are waiting for another opportunity to live in a home. Second point, the second reason to adopt is that animal shelters continue to face serious overcrowding. In a June 2024 report, the ASPCA stated that approximately 6.5 million dogs and cats had entered shelters during the previous year, while only about 4.8 million were adopted. That means shelters must care for millions of animals that need food, water, medical attention, exercise, cleaning, and space. Local organizations are also handling a large number of animals. Animal Humane New Mexico reports that it supports more than 10,000 homeless and at-risk animals each year, which is pretty crazy. Shelter employees and volunteers work hard, but their space and resources are limited. When kennels remain full, shelters have fewer options when another animal needs help. Adoption helps relieve that pressure. Some people may say, I want a certain breed, size, age, or personality, so I have to go to a breeder. My older brother actually went to a breeder to get his dog. It's a golden retriever, I believe, and no issues medically. My pup, on the other hand, when I got him from the breeder the shelter in San Diego, he already had Giardia, which is like a parasite that can kill them. But eventually I took care of it, and then he's had dental surgery, bilateral ACL tear surgery, and then he's about to go in for another surgery because he's having problems with his meniscus. So, I think it's just the luck of the draw. Like my mom, she has a pit bull Doberman and was got from the shelter, and he's had no issues his entire life. So it's really just the luck of the draw. unfortunately, and I just got a little unlucky. My third main point, shelter dogs can become loving companions. The third reason to adopt it is that shelter dogs can become loving and loyal. Many people worry that shelter dogs automatically have serious medical or behavioral issues, which I just explained is not always the case. It is responsible to think about those possibilities, but it is unfair to assume every shelter dog is dangerous or unhealthy. Many shelters evaluate animals before placing them for adoption. They may provide vaccinations, medical treatment, spaying, or neutering, which they did when I got my pet. A dog purchased as a puppy can still develop health or behavioral issues, which happened to my dog. Buying a dog does not guarantee that owning it will always be easy. The more important question is whether the owner is prepared for the responsibility. When that dog enters a stable home, it may need time to understand that it is finally safe. With patience and consistent care, many shelter dogs completely transform. A frightened dog, which my dog was, he was extremely scared of everything, may become playful, which he is now. He still has or needs time to adjust. But yeah, so this is Alex. This is my dog. Hey, buddy. And then this is Maisie. She's a lab. She can literally eat all day. This is my boy. He's a little sad right now. Huh, bud. Get back. Get back. My sweet boy. So these are my two physical objects. I know I need one more, but I don't really have another dog to show. I guess I could show like all of his medical, like his prescriptions and stuff, but so this is the call to action. I know this is running a little bit over. You do not have to adopt a dog immediately after hearing this speech. Start by visiting the Albuquerque Animal Welfare Department or Animal Humane, New Mexico. You can also look at adoptable dogs online before visiting, which is what I did. Talk with the shelter staff, explain your living situation, schedule an activity level, spend time meeting different dogs instead of choosing the first one you see, which is I didn't choose the first one I saw. It took me a while. Ask questions about the dog's health, background, temperament, and daily needs. If you already own another animal, ask whether the shelter can help arrange a safe introduction. Even when you are not ready to adopt, you can still help by fostering, volunteering, donating supplies, or sharing adoptable dogs on social media. Every helpful action matters, but for someone who is ready to bring home a dog, adoption can make the greatest direct difference. Today I have explained 3 major reasons people should consider adopting a shelter dog. First, adoption saves lives and creates space for the animals in need. Second, adoption reduces overcrowding and pressure on shelters. And third, shelter dogs can become loving, loyal companions when they are given patience, care, and a stable home.